Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Simply Hooked, a crochet podcast. I'm your host, Marcy, a crochet artist, mom, and creative entrepreneur. Join me as we explore the art of crochet and the beauty of being uniquely made. Welcome back to my 8-part mini-series on lessons I have learned while scaling my crochet business. So far, we have covered the importance of creating multiple revenue streams, SEO, reframing your products with purpose, organic traffic, photography, branding, email lists, and sales funnels. Wow, we have covered a lot, and we're almost to the end here. So today I wanted to dive into a list of my favorite tools and systems for streamlining my business. When it comes to running or scaling a business of any kind, having the right tools in your corner can make all the difference. So I just wanted to share the systems that I rely on every day that help keep my creative energy flowing and my business moving forward. From design to scheduling, communication to delivery, I have found a rhythm that works, and I'm excited to share it with you. So let's dive in. At the top of my list, you probably know this if you've been listening to all of these episodes. At the top of my list is Canva. This one is an absolute must. I use this tool more than anything else. Every day, multiple times a day. I am not exaggerating. I use it for everything. Product listing photos. I write my patterns with it. I create Pinterest pins, social media posts, email marketing, Instagram reels. I could go on and on. It is so intuitive, it is fun to use, and it helps make your branding cohesive across all platforms. So whether you're a beginner or seasoned designer, Canva gives you the creative power to make your visual shine without needing to be a Photoshop pro. I pay $120 a year for the annual Canva Pro subscription, and it is worth every penny. I'm honestly shocked that they do not charge more for this. And I am not an affiliate for Canva. I tell you this as the most genuine testimonial. I absolutely love Canva. Use it all the time. So please look into that if you are just getting started. So as far as scheduling my social media posts, I actually use the free tool that's right there within Meta, the Meta Business Suite. They have something called Planner, and it's a free tool. It helps you plan ahead, stay consistent, and batch out posts for days ahead. I think it actually goes up to a month ahead. But I only use the schedulers within each social media platform. Like, I'm not paying extra for Hootsuite or any of those other programs that let you schedule ahead. All of the platforms that I use have scheduling features within them at this point, so I just use those for free. Same with LinkedIn. I've been trying to get a little more active on LinkedIn, but they have a scheduler. Twitter, I don't do anything with. But Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, they all have schedulers, and so I use those pretty regularly. I would say every day, probably. And then I also, and then also for YouTube, you can schedule videos to post on YouTube within YouTube. So look at that as far as social media. It's nice if you have a bunch of ideas for content on a Sunday afternoon and you can just sit there for an hour and just knock it all out, and you've got content set for a week and you don't even have to think about it. It's great. Can't beat it. So when it comes to email marketing, like I've mentioned before, I do use Mailchimp. It is simple, flexible, integrates easily with my website. I use it to send newsletters, promote new patterns, and stay connected with my community. It also has a landing page feature, and you can create journeys for your sales funnels. It's like drag and drop design, so it's pretty easy to use, and the cost kind of varies as my email list gets bigger. It's costing more and more, but I'm happy to say that it also tracks revenue that you make from your emails. So you can see like, okay, the revenue that I'm making is like offsetting the cost of this every month. So that's kind of nice. All right, another one I want to mention. When I created my Learn to Crochet course, I used Teachable. I believe online it's teach.able is how you would find it on Google. But it has been great for creating my course, delivering it to students. Students can log in on their own, watch the lessons, download resources, track their progress, all without me lifting a finger after setup. So I put in 2 months worth of work to set up that course on Teachable. And now it kind of runs itself, honestly. I mean, I have to market it and drive the traffic to get sales. But once people buy the course and log in, they're set. Like they're ready to go. So, and Teachable, let's see the cost for the annual. I got an annual subscription for like the basic one. I want to say it was about $350, maybe $400. I just did the annual because they usually give you like a 20% discount or something for that. Again, all these expenses, you write them off on your taxes. It makes a huge difference when you do your taxes. So it's just a little easier to swallow these big ticket items when knowing that you can write this stuff off at the end of the year. So Teachable, if you're doing a course, I recommend that one because that's the one have experience with. Now, I have also heard good things about Kajabi. And I've heard also that Kajabi, I think, is like all in one platform. It lets you create a website, deliver a course, have your email marketing. It just does everything all in one place. I believe it's a pretty penny, but I'm not sure how pretty. I'm not sure the price of it. But I've heard really good things about it. I've been thinking about transitioning at some point. I just have to get in a place where I'm ready to do that because I think that would take a lot of time to switch everything over. But I have heard really good things about it. So that's something else to look into. So for my website, I use Shopify, which I love. It's easy to use and it lets me sell digital products, physical items, do my email opt-ins. I mean, the support, that Shopify offers is the best I have ever experienced across any tool or any program. You get on their chat and they're available within 5 minutes or less, and they have always answered my questions. Usually when you get on those like support chats, it's like, I don't know, let me transfer you to someone else, or they give you a very vague answer. But Shopify, like, I don't know what it is, but their support system is really, really good. And so if you ever have any questions, I mean, you've got people at your fingertips that are ready to help you. So it's just really good for that. And Shopify, I believe for the annual subscription, I pay about $350. It's either $300 or $350 once a year. Now, they also have some apps that you can add into the website. That does make it cost more, depending, some apps are free, some are not, just like on your phone. I think with my apps, I want to say it's like $45 a month. And that's to get like an app for collecting reviews. I have another app for the add to cart for the checkout process. I forgot what the other one was. But it's got tons of apps. So you can really make it however you want. It's just, the sky's the limit with Shopify from what I can tell. But I've had a great experience. It took me a long time to build my website to a point that I'm finally happy with it. And I think it looks good and it's presentable and it's functional and efficient. I'll have to do another episode on how to build a website. It's pretty complex sometimes. But thank God for Google. You just Google all of your questions. And as long as you are resourceful, you'll figure it out. So anyway, Shopify is my go-to for a website. So my podcast logistics, I wanted to share this because when I talk about this with other people who are interested in starting podcasts, they always ask these logistical questions. So I think this might be helpful. I keep this pretty simple. I don't have any fancy podcast software. I record all of these episodes using QuickTime Player, which I believe all computers come with. I just click on New Audio Recording, and then I go for it. So right now I have a QuickTime audio recording just recording this episode. And I like to script out everything because I'm most comfortable that way. But some people like to just have talking points or record completely off the cuff. It is totally up to you, whatever you are most comfortable with. Then I upload all of the audio files into Adobe Premiere Pro for editing. Now that program is a little techy. I learned how to use it through my full-time job a few years ago, so I've become accustomed to it, but it did take some time. It did take a good amount of time to figure it all out. But you can also, Canva even has a audio. I think you can edit audio in Canva. But there are a ton of other programs for this, but I love using Premiere Pro. It works great for me. I download royalty-free background music from Canva, and then I just mesh it all together. And I access Premiere Pro through the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. I want to say it's like $30 a month, 20 or 30. It's not that much. And that gives me Lightroom, Premiere Pro, Photoshop. There might be a couple others in there, but those are the three that I use the most. So look at Adobe Creative Cloud if you're comfortable with Adobe products. I think that's a simple solution. And then for my podcast cover art, I just made that in Canva. And I found a template that I liked and I just personalized it. So that's all that was. And then my mic, I do have a Yeti mic. My husband bought this 3 years ago for reasons unbeknownst to me. I think he just wanted, I don't know. I think he was going to use it for Zoom meetings or something, but it's kind of just been sitting in the office for 3 years. And I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to put this thing to use. So I do use the Yeti mic. But other than that, everything else is, it's just QuickTime Player, Premiere Pro for editing, and then I upload into the program, which I use. My home base for my podcast is Spotify. It's called Spotify for Creators, and that's where I upload my podcast, and then you can select a box for RSS feed, and then it automatically streams it to Apple Podcast. And then I created an account with Apple Podcast so that I could see the analytics and stuff like that. But really, I just put it in Spotify, and then that puts it in both platforms. And then YouTube I do separately because that is a video file instead of an audio file, because I put my cover art on every episode just to make it a video. It's just a static image and then my voice. So that's one way to get it on YouTube without having to actually make a video. All right. For behind the scenes planning of my business and my life, I use Trello. Trello is free. It is amazing. I organize my business and personal tasks with it. It is my brain outside of my brain. I'm in there every day, like creating new boards. I have a life board, a business this week board, a full-time job board, a completed tasks board, and then like things I want to accomplish before the baby comes in June. and stuff like that. So you can create boards for anything. It's just a nice way of keeping track of everything that is in your head. Because if y'all are anything like me, you're just like, your mind never stops with all the things that you have to do in all these different areas of your life. Some of them have nothing to do with each other. And so it's nice to just have these boards to jot down everything so you don't forget. And when you finish, you drag it over to that done file, and it's so satisfying. So definitely recommend Trello for just staying organized in general. So when I record videos for my course or a tutorial, I just use my iPhone for that. And then I airdrop the files to my laptop for editing. So you don't need a fancy camera for recording videos. Also, when I'm writing a new pattern in Canva and I take these how-to photos throughout the pattern, I just airdrop them again with my phone, and I airdrop them to my laptop and then upload them in Canva. And then immediately they're in my pattern. It's amazing how simple it is. So as far as getting how I get photos from my phone to a pattern that I'm selling is just cell phone airdrop. Easy peasy. When it is time to ship physical products, I did get, my husband / Santa for Christmas a couple years ago. I asked for a 4x6 thermal printer, and it is amazing. I used to use up so much paper and so much shipping tape to ship out physical products, but this thermal printer is awesome. You just have to buy I don't even think it was that much. I mean, it was less than $100. Like, a lot less than $100, I think. And I just got an off-brand one. I don't think it has anything special. I think the dyno, I've heard of the dynos or something, are like $250. I mean, you can get one of those, but you don't have to. They have them that are much cheaper that get the job done. And I still am working on the same pack of stickers that I think that he bought with it originally 2 years ago. So it comes with a ton of stickers. By stickers, I mean the shipping labels. So that is great. I love having this thermal printer. And I also got a shipping scale from Amazon. It's like $17. So that's really good if I need to know the weight of a box. It's nice to have one of those on hand. All right, so this is more of a systems thing with my business, but I sell some of my plushies in a local marketplace. So it's a store that has other small businesses in it, and you have a space where you can drop off your products and for the local community to shop. And so about every 2 to 3 weeks, I drop off inventory at that marketplace. And I just write patterns, and the finished product for that pattern is usually what goes to that store. So basically, it's 2 birds, 1 stone, right? Because I haven't done anything extra to make that inventory. I was going to make it anyway because I'm writing the pattern. So it's really just kind of a bonus when it sells at the store, because I have revenue coming in from the pattern itself, and it's just a bonus to sell the finished product too. So either I do that or I save up a bunch of them for Christmas markets too at the end of the year. So that's a good, if you want to get into crochet designing and writing patterns, that's just something good to keep in mind. Save those finished plushies, and you can continue to have a source of income from them. So for file sharing, I just use Google Drive. It's reliable, shareable, easy to access on any device. This came in handy when I had those two, when I was working with those 2 editors. When I was working with those 2 editors to get my photos and patterns submitted for the book and for the magazine issues, I put them all in Google Drive and just shared everything with the editors, and they took it from there. So it was very convenient. I want to say I pay maybe $10 a month for it to have like however much storage I have in my Google Drive, but it's more than enough. So you don't have to pay that though. I only did it because I keep me and my husband's wedding video stored there, and it's like 8 minutes long, and I think it takes up a lot of the space. So you could probably do this for free. Anyways. All right. Another big one. Y'all, I could not do half of what I do without ChatGPT. I use this to help write blog posts, product listings, emails, podcast descriptions, and even brainstorming. It's like having a copywriter and a creative assistant right there at my fingertips. It is great for repurposing content. I cannot even fathom how many hours of work that it has saved me in the past year. I think it was about a year ago I started using it like every day. This is one of those things, like along with Canva, this is one of those tools I use probably every day. It's $20 a month, but it is one of the best $20 a month I spent because it saves me so much time. I want to dedicate an episode to ChatGPT and all the things you can do with it because it just keeps getting better and better. So here's the real secret behind all of this. I have people on a regular basis when I tell them like what I'm doing, and I work full time and I've got this small business I'm running and a house and a husband and a child, another one on the way. And, there's a lot going on. My life is busy. It's a beautiful life, but it's a busy life, right? And people are like, how do you get all of this done? How you're publishing books, you're getting yourself in magazines and writing patterns all the time. And on top of everything else, y'all, it is all about working in pockets of time. My schedule is full, but I have learned how to carve out space for this dream. I wake up early before the rest of the house is stirring, and I get in a quiet hour to 2 hours of focused work on my business. And that's 5 days a week. So you're looking at least 90 minutes, 5 days a week. That's key time for me. And then on the weekends, I know that my child will only nap in the car. So I plan around that. I will take him for a walk and we will play hard in the morning. I'm usually solo parenting on the weekends. So I will take him for a walk, or we'll play really hard in the mornings, get him out in the sun, go to soccer practice, get him real tired out. And then I will go for a drive around 1 o'clock. And I swear, within 10, 15 minutes, he is out like a light. And so I either park in the parking lot, like at Michael's, because whenever he wakes up, I've got an errand to run and need to pick something up. Or I'll just come back to the house and pull into the garage. And I'll bring my laptop with me. I will bring my yarn bag of projects, and I will work while he is sleeping. And he'll sleep for at least an hour, sometimes more. And so that's another pocket of time. And if I do that on Saturday and Sunday, there's another 2 hours. And then he goes to bed usually about 7:30. Now, I'm not far behind him. I'm usually in bed pretty close to that, if not like 8 or 8:30. But sometimes I'll have nights where I have more energy, and I'm like, you know what? I might make a coffee at 5:30 on a Saturday night. And after he's asleep, I will come downstairs and I will just work until I can't keep my eyes open anymore. I mean, this happened the other day. He fell asleep at 6:30, which was awesome. And so I came downstairs and I worked my business till 11:30 that night. So I got another 5 hours done then. So it's just all about making the most of your time and also creating time that you might be typically doing something else. It's like, Personally, I have no interest in I can't sit on the couch and just watch a movie. I have to be doing something at the same time. So but I will turn a movie on my laptop in the office and continue working on a pattern. That's fine. But you've just got to find time. And I guarantee when something means this much to you as this business means to me, you will find the time. You will make it work. Something else, this is more of a mom hack, but it is a big time saver. Get your groceries delivered or do a curbside pickup. Seriously, your time is too valuable to spend wandering in the aisles of a grocery store when you have all this stuff to do in your business, especially if you don't enjoy it. Some people might enjoy the grocery store, and that's fine. I actually don't mind it. But my time is so limited and valuable. So I will just place a quick order online. I'll pay the extra $10 to have it shipped to the door, or I'll just do a curbside pickup and after work, I'll pick up my son from school and then swing by her seat or get the groceries and it's done. I didn't have to spend an hour in the grocery store doing that. So anyway, that's another system. All right, so I think that is it. I hope these are helpful. If you have a system or a tool that you use that you love, let me know. I would love to hear about it. So thank you for joining me today for part 7 of this mini-series. And if you love this episode, please be sure to subscribe and leave a review. And if you want to connect, find me on Instagram at simplyhooked1 or send me an email to hello@marcymade.co. Until next time, friends, keep creating, keep dreaming, and remember, you were uniquely made for something beautiful.